What's up, my GMs? This is your commish Scott here. Just wanted to show you a couple things I've been working on lately. It's going to really enhance our draft this year. Starting off here, this is our draft page. This is the same page basically we used last year to mark off players as they're taken and as they're selected. We'll put a number there and it will cross them out in real time, and you'll know that that player has been selected. A couple things to this. I added a link to their developmental uh, player page there that you can click on. I added their prospect grades to the side there, so you get a good idea of who you're drafting. It pops up there that the first pick was selected by the Canucks. It's taking a minute to load here, but it will cross him off as being selected. We got his developmental league stats all there. And remember, just so Jamie doesn't freak out, these are all pre-re-rate. These players will get their re-rate based on their player grades before the draft. So we'll be looking at Hughes as a 73, 74 overall going into the draft. So it still has not crossed him off. It's a little bit slow. There we go. So he's been selected. So there's basically three tabs. Everyone's going to want to use this during the draft. There's three tabs we're going to be using back and forth, and I'll show you a little bit more on those later. One of the cool things about this that I added here is this draft lottery page here. What this is going to do is I'm going to have the reverse standings for the normal draft order, but then I'm going to put a 1, 2, or 3 based on who wins the lottery, and what's going to do is it's going to automatically edit the draft order for those lottery slots for the first round, and then like normal it'll be the reverse standings for every other round after that. So it's a pretty cool little thing here that will automatically update the draft order based on just a few numbers inputting right there, first, second, or third. So if whoever finished last in points, if they don't win the lottery, they're going to drop back automatically to where fourth place or whatever, fourth draft order. So one of the things that we're going to be using this time around, everyone will have access to their own team draft list. It's going to be here. It's going to have the same list that we saw over there with the players and their ratings. Basically, going to have everything, even our link to their player page. The difference with this draft list is you're going to be the only one with access to it, besides me, obviously. It's going to show you your current picks. These are the draft picks you own for this round. Obviously, these are going to be updated at the end of the season. It's also going to show your players that you've selected in the draft. So what you're going to do is all you're going to do, the only thing you have access to edit here is the ranked players list here in the yellow here. You're going to rank these players 1 through 155, however far you're able to go. And as you're ranking them, you just put a number there. So Hughes 1, he's going to show up on the left under your draft list. So we'll put Jacko 2, Cousins 3. So see they show up here on the left. This will actually import to a page on my side that I'll show you in a moment. But so you have your draft list with the top 3 players there. None of them taken so far. But if we go back to this draft page and I select Hughes again as going first, and again it's a little slow because I have so much formulas going on in these spreadsheets here. So I'll wait for Hughes to be marked as selected. Again, the logo shows up there, which is pretty cool. I think my computer is acting a little slow today too because I'm recording this, so it should be quicker than this. Anyways, if you go back to the draft list page, it now does show Hughes is taken, and it shows that he was taken first overall. It also shows here, as you see it update there, and no Summit, you do not get him. Don't even ask. Alright, so we'll wait for it to do what it needs to do. So it updates your list dynamically there as players are selected. So what this does actually on my end, if I come here, it actually shows, it imports all the Ducks picks, shows they're taken. But what's really cool about this is we have auto selection here. And if I delete that, so let's just say Ducks has a list submitted and he's third on the list. All I would do is auto draft if he's not there for the live draft, but he has a list. All I'm going to do here, let's just for the heck of it, type in Jamie's name. Well, what this is automatically doing is automatically taking the third player ranked in our league rankings. But let's just say, let's go back to this draft list here. Let's change 3 to 4, and let's put Byron 3, and we'll show what happens here. So let's say the Jets were third, and they didn't have a list. They're going to take automatically it's going to select the third player that we have ranked on our list based on the prospect rankings. But Ducks have a list that's different because they want Byram third. So if I go, okay, it's Ducks pick, they're not at the draft, but they have a list, I'm just going to type in Ducks, and it's going to automatically tell me that the next person on their list that's available is Byram. And so I'll go back to the page and go there and select 3, and now Byram is selected by the Ducks. We'll go back to the Ducks list, and once this updates, actually the Ducks don't have the third pick, so it's not going to show up there. But anyways, you get the idea. Let's see here, more cool stuff. Okay, so we have 3 players selected in a draft. There's, like I said, there's 3 tabs we're going to be using for this draft. Probably a lot. You'll be switching back and forth to this stuff. What's really cool is here's the pick by pick selections. This shows each pick that's been picked in order, so you're not, if we're on this list and we have numbers jumping all over the place, it's going to be hard to keep track of who's selected what. So this will show pick by pick when a player was drafted, and it'll still have a link to their player page right there, by the way, if you click on that. It takes them right to their developmental league page. I'll close that. All right, so we have the selections there, and then what's really cool is we go to the selections tab. Now this shows team by team picks. So if we go, who had it shows their Lightning, second and third, there's their selections when they were drafted. Go back to where the Canucks were, there's Hughes. And it shows all the picks you own for this draft, and it'll show as you pick the players, show the players listed there, team by team. So it's pretty cool. It's going to make this draft really interactive, and hopefully a lot of less downtime with people trying to decide who's been taken and who hasn't been taken. And hopefully a lot of people will have their draft lists populated, so even if they're not at the draft, they could at least use those to help them at the live draft. They could see who's been taken and who's next on their list. And then if you're not there, then obviously I'll be selecting from your list. And then if you only go 3 rounds live, the rest will be done via list. And we just use that awesome draft list that I showed you here. I'm having problems tab by tab. This is going to show every single team all the way down. So I'll have all their lists populated. And I could just enter the team name there, and it'll take the next person that's available on their list or the next ranked player that's available in our draft. So the only thing you need to really worry about besides the draft day, when we're going to be updating this as we go, one, you're going to need to scout these players beforehand to be prepared. But you're going to want to go to this draft list, and I'll give you the access to your own team draft list and rank the players in the yellow section, and that will create your draft list automatically on the left. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and email me or message me in the Discord, and I think this will be a really cool addition to the league, and I look forward to the draft. Hopefully this will get some more activity, people trying to acquire picks to be part of this draft. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, let me know, and good luck to everybody in the Schaefer Cup playoffs. Thanks, guys.